Welcome, well builders. All right. Hello, world builders. Welcome to the Fired Up Movement Live. I am super excited about today's conversation because we are diving into the one thing that is keeping so many brilliant, driven professionals, hardworking professionals stuck with one paycheck. So that is why we are here today to discuss about this. If you have ever felt that you earn well, but you are still stuck, you are still stretched, right? If you have ever had multiple, if you had never dreamed of it, or maybe you want to have multiple dreams, but you don't know how to start, or you know that you are capable of more, but you are stuck. Today's session is for you. So I am not doing this alone. I have the powerhouse with me here today. He is a brand strategist, a clarity amplifier. He's a great mind that I deeply respect. So his name is Mr. Tobiloba Fumini. Mr. Toby, please, will you introduce yourself?
Wow, thank you so much for the privilege, to be sharing this stage with you. Such an amazing work that you are doing, right? My name is Tobiloba Fumi, just like you said, and I believe that growing a business today comes with a hidden burden, and many people they get that views, they get the clicks, they get the inquiry, and they cannot still be able to predict sales. Like they attract leads, but eventually leads slip away from their hand. Marketing costs rise, they don't have anything to show for it, and competitors with less experience are able to pull ahead simply because they built a system that basically turn attention into action. So I have seen this pattern because of some of the things I've done before, or the people that I've actually worked with. I've seen this pattern across so many brands, and the problem isn't the effort that they are putting is not enough. It's not about that. It's just basically the absence of flow, and attention without structure is wasted, and without flow growth feels very very random and not reliable. And that's why I was able to create the client flow system, and it's a framework that basically turns attention into trust into sales, and sales into loyalty. So when I say I help brands grow, it's not bigger than than marketing. I just remove the burden of inconsistency and replace it with clarity, trust, and predictable clients. So that is what I do. I basically help brands grow, and more than just the marketing that everybody's seen out there, without just making a lot of noise but saying the right thing. So that is my introduction, and that is what basically I do, and that's how I can be able to help you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Isn't that great? Yes, we are super excited because a lot of professionals, they want to branch into multiple streams. They want to start to, earn more, but they don't know how to be visible. They don't know how to position themselves. So one question I will ask you before we even go deeply into our conversation today is, you work very closely with professionals and entrepreneurs, and from your expertise, you know that, and your expertise and your experience, you know that what you do, you believe in it. And I want you to answer this question. What is the real reason most people never create multiple income streams? You've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs, they just focus on just one thing. What do you believe that the real reason why they don't want to create that multiple streams of income?
Well, many people actually don't even know that they exist. you know, Existing or living is actually beyond you waking up every other day, right? It's beyond you waking up. It's beyond you being out of your bed or being around your home. Being existent to me is being able to give value to people and being able to solve a particular problem. And the problem that will be that people have, and the reason why they are unable to create multiple sources of income is because they don't know they are existing, number one. And number two, they don't know that they are meant to be a problem solver. You know that anybody who sound needy cannot be needed. That's one thing we need to understand. For you
Mm.
to be able to be living, living very well, you must be able to know that you are needed, that you are not a needy person. You are much more needed. So the point is that people don't understand what existing really, really means.
Mm.
And that's number one reason why they are unable to create multiple source of income or stream of income from themselves. So they don't understand that I am living, and it's for a purpose, it's for a reason, it's for somebody to grow, it's for a life to be transformed. Number one reason why they are not why they are not creating multiple sources of income. And at the same time, they see themselves as needed. Instead of them to be a problem solver, they be part of the problem. I do say something that instead of you complaining about a problem, why don't you solve the problem? Why don't you bring the solution? When you are catering, when you see that something needs a solution, why don't you try to be the solution? And that's what I see when I create the client flow system. And it's something that I'm actually working, that I'm using to help the brand I'm helping. Because you have to understand, once you see a problem, you must be, once you are selling or you have a product, you must be able to see it as a problem. I mean, as a solution to a particular problem. Just like the way Fired Up movement is, it's solving a particular problem, and that's the problem. Many people don't know they are existing. And until we're able to understand this, until we're able to change this approach, until we're able to see ourselves differently and see that I am a problem solver, then we'll be able to attract more and see more, and being able to, help many other people. So that is what the problem is all about. And that's why people are not creating multiple sources of income.
Wow, that is good. That is great. That is really, really great. All right, so over to you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So
Thank you. Thank you so much
what
for your response. And I just quickly want to touch on that before you ask the next set of questions. What you said about are people not seeing themselves as the solution, or see if they are, rather than them complaining about the problem, they can be the solution themselves, right? And even somebody said in the comment that anybody who sound needy cannot be needed. If you always sounding needy, you cannot be needed. So opening our mind to see that, yes, when we spot a problem or something that we've been complaining about, we can actually be that problem solver or be a solution provider, rather than us being needy and complaining about things. So that is really a great point that you shared there, that we can have multiple streams of income from our own expertise, from something that we can spot, right? So that's really brilliant. Thank you for sharing that.
All right, all right. I just wish that people are actually joining us, and they are out there with us. Please share with us in the comments. Let us know your name, where you're joining us from, what you do. So over to you. From what I know, you've helped so many professionals, diversify their income. And what I've seen as the biggest, what I've seen one of as the biggest problem that people do is that people don't understand is that they stay where they are doing. Like once they get a job like this, they feel like, okay, that's the end of it. But you as a professional, or you as somebody who help people, and what can you see, or what have you seen as the biggest barrier? Is it fear? Is it clarity? Is it the mindset? What is it really? Is it the real issue, lack of skills, or lack of ownership, feasibility, or packaging, or any one of the things that I've made mention of that I've not even made mention of? So what could be the problem?
Let me tell you the truth, right? It's not about the lack of skills. It's not the lack of skills. It's simply immediately professionals get into new job, new roles, and all of that. They start to build their skills as they are learning on the job. So it's not even about the skill because you move from one job to another. You have been accumulating skills and experiences. There is this baseline that say you either work for 5 years or 10,000 hours. Some of professionals, some of us, we've worked for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You've built that skills. You've built the experiences. I would say the lack, the real gap here, or the biggest barrier, I would say, is activation. Is structure, is process, right? They have brilliance. You have brilliance. Professionals have brilliance, and their brilliance is unorganized, right? But you have to be organized. You have to be structured. It's really the lack of skills. I will say it again and again and again. People are highly skilled. Nobody here lacks skills, I would say. You went to school, you work in corporate, you solve problems every day. Skills are not the issue. But what I know, the real gap is ownership. You really honing what you know, honing your experience. A lot of professionals, they downplay their strength because they see it as normal, right? You have been going in and out of this. You do it. Even when they wake you up, you can get into solving some problems. What you've been doing for your 9 to 5, and you don't see it as valuable. It is ownership. People don't own their gifts. You don't own it. You downplay it. They don't know how to position. And that is why we are having this conversation today. You want to know how to position, how to be visible, how to package your brilliance to the world. Because people will not pay for what they don't see or what they don't know, right? Most professionals are not limited by potentials. They are not limited by their skills. Clarity, clarity. And I would say fear sometimes, right? We are fearful. What will people say? What will my employer say if they see me that I'm doing this and I'm doing my 9 to 5? Fear and clarity goes hand in hand. And when you don't know what, it is really hard for you to believe the how. A lot of us professionals, we are sitting on gold, but we don't know how to turn what we know into cash. And that is why, I will be talking more about my book as well. Turning your skills, turning what you know into cash. You've been working on this job for, many years. You want to be visible. So now let's get into visibility, because I said the huge barrier here is visibility as well, right? We already established the fact that it's not skills, right? We already established the fact that it's not a lack of skills. It's not the lack of potential. You have it. But here, the gap is visibility. The barrier is visibility. How can the world pay you for what they have never seen? It's there inside of you. It's there inside of you. But the moment you own the value, your visibility increase, right? You want to package that. Packaging is missing. And when you say packaging, it means that you have an offer, right? It's not so good, like you know how to do this and this and that. Oh yeah, we know you for many things. But what is that transformation that you are creating from problem to transformation, right? You want to package it in an offer that people are willing to pay you. Packaging simply means that you're presenting what you know in a way the marketplace they can understand, in a way that the marketplace can trust you, in a way that people will pay for you. That is simply what packaging is, right? You want to position yourself in the marketplace so that people will understand you. You already have that clarity. They can trust you. You build the credibility, and then they can pay for what you have to offer. So I always say one stream come from your employer or your employment. You do your 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, whatsoever that is. But multiple streams come from packaging your genius. Just like I said, you want to package your genius. You do not want to be, what you have, the value you have. You want to package in such a way that is going to create that transformation. People don't fail because they don't have potentials, not because they don't have skills. They fail because they don't have a system that turns that potential into profit. I hope this, gives you clarity or helps you to see where the gap is. Not the potential, not the skills, right? But it's the packaging, it's the visibility, it's people knowing you that you can solve this problem. All right. So I'm going to ask everyone that has joined us today. I want to say thank you so much for joining first. And you've been engaging in the chat. I've been seeing the chat. Thank you so much. But I want you to answer this question honestly, and I want you to type it in the comment. Do you believe that you have ever, ever, any, or sometimes believe that you have that valuable things that people will pay you for? What is that something valuable that you think that you have? Remember, we talk about ownership. You have to own it, own your skill, own your experience. What is that thing that you have? First of all, either yes or no, and you have to give me the why. What do you have that you believe that somebody can pay you for? Do you even believe that you have something valuable people will pay you for? If yes, why is the reason? If no, why is the reason? So, and I want you to continue to engage in the chat. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. All right. So, Mr. Toby, back to you. I will ask you, I know that you help people package their brilliance. This is what you do. This is your bread and butter, right? But what mindset shift must happen first before someone can monetize what they know?
Hmm. You see, I won't believe what you tell me, or you shouldn't believe what I tell you. I should be able to believe what you tell me. Now, what do I mean is this: when you are presenting yourself to people, when you're talking to people, it is how you present yourself that people accept you.
Mhm.
If you present yourself as a mediocre, that is the way we accept you. If you present yourself as a talented person, that is how people accept you.
Mhm.
And number one thing, the mindset shift you must have is this: you must be able to see yourself. I've made mention of it as somebody that have that solution. You must be able to see I was working in the sawmill 3 years ago. I was still in the sawmill, right? I was still in the sawmill, and that was when I met Angela Finch, one of the Bob Proctor consultants. Everybody know Bob Proctor, a lot of people knows him. And this lady met with me, and what she'd worked with me for was like thinking into results. Like we could be able to thinking into results. We have to change our thoughts. We have to change our attitude. We have to change the way we perceive ourselves, the way we see ourselves, the way we present ourselves. I didn't see it as something that makes sense at long run. But the moment that thing clicked in, anybody that have known me like 2 3 years ago, you know that I work with Angela Fringe on LinkedIn when audio room was still very, very valid. I always like we always turn it up, like turn it up on LinkedIn here, like we do thinking into results. Then I realized that actually I am where I am because of the past experience that I have. I
Mm.
am where I am because of decision that I have made. Meaning that if I change the decision that I'm making now, that means my life will change. You see, many Africans believe in generational causes. They believe in generational problem. They believe in generational issues. But one thing that stood out to me is that why it continues to be like that is because they continue to make generational decisions,
Mm.
continue to take generational actions. So the truth of the matter is that if you want to change what you see in your life, you must change how you think. You must change your activities. You must change your decision. You must change the way you view yourself. You must change the way the world sees you.
Mhm.
When I dropped the client flow system, that's very little framework. I was like, how is it going to work? And I tell people that this is what it's going to do. There's one of my friends in, I don't know where it's, I think it's in Maryland, United States. He just says that I love this thing so much. And he purchased it for 6 people on the spot. Like, okay, give it to people in your audience. If you go through my LinkedIn, you will still see testimony of this person there. I put the post there.
Mm.
So who would have known that that ebook was going to fetch me that kind of money just in a seat? Who
Mm.
would know? We won't know. So until you begin to present yourself to people the way you want to see, nothing will change. So the mindset is you must have identity shift, and when you see yourself differently, you begin to take different actions. You will begin to take different actions because actions is what enable us to achieve whatever thing that we do. Whatever thing that we achieve is what get us here. So without taking so much of our time, please put at the back of your mind that actions is what you truly needs to change. And for you to be able to change your actions, you must be able to change the people you are with. You must be able to change the way you see yourself so that life be able to give you what you have become. Because life will not give you what you want, it gives you what you become, it gives you what you are. And that is what you need to understand.
Hmm.
All right. Then over to you, man. I've learned so much from you from the little time that we spent together. I think today makes it a month, if you do not remember. Today makes it like a month and a day that we met, right? And a lot of things have actually happened within that 1 month that we met. Now, many professionals says, I don't know what my skill is. Like, I've made mention of identity, but how can someone identify what they can offer quickly without taking too much time, without going through rigorous process? How do they identify what they could be able to offer for a service, for solutions, or to solve a problem, whichever way? How do they do this?
Well, in short, I would just say that, and thank you for that, breaking that question down. What you just answered right now about packaging your brilliance, that is so good. All right. So, for me, I would say that in short, your skill is hidden in what people always ask you for. And in my book, I teach the skills to cash framework, which helps you identify your monetizable skill in very short time, within a time. And there are questions you will ask. Questions like, what comes easily to me? What comes easily to you? Right? What do people praise you for? What problems do I solve naturally at work? Right? That people always say, oh, let me pick your brain. Do you hear you hear that word very well? Like, oh, Oladoyin, let me quickly pick your brain. Let me, Lara, let me pick your brain. Let me bounce idea off you. They are always bouncing ideas off you. They are always picking your brain. They are always coming to ask you these questions. Or even in life, some of us, we are very good Sunday school teacher, or we teach in our local assembly, right? We sing. There are so many things that we do naturally that when they wake you up from sleep, you can do it without even thinking. So those are some of the things that you want to begin to think about, right? And some of us, somebody you've worked, you didn't even know that somebody will pay you, but you got that Amazon gift card or gift card here or basket of fruit here because people appreciate your service. Even if you did not call it a service, but you provided the solution and they appreciated you. What is that thing that somebody has paid you for? These are some of the things that you begin to think about. When you combine all of these answers together, all of the answers, when you combine them together, you can convert your capability into cash quickly. It's not far-fetched. You just have to think about it. And that's why it's always good when you journal and you begin to flip and you begin to look at, day by day, what you journal about, what happened. It can even gives you insight about, oh, that means I can do this. Oh, that means I do this. So those are some of the things that you put together. And the easiest place for you to think quickly of what your skill is or what people can pay you for is your first income stream, your 9 to 5, what you've been doing, the experiences you've built, right? You're building, that is where you go every day. Even when you come back home, you still open your laptop, you're still working on that project, you are still doing that slide, that presentation. You have been working, it's part of you. So your first income stream is not somewhere out there. It's something that you're already doing. It's inside of you. So you just have to pick out of all of those things, pull it together, package it as an offer, then begin to provide solutions to people. So that is the simplest answer that I can give you for you to be able to identify your skill quickly, right? So that's it. But I'm going to ask you one question. Okay. I think you can go ahead and
Okay,
ask.
I will just sum everything that you've said now, that There are things that you do with ease that other people do with please. They do it with pain. That's this essence. That's just what she has been telling us. That there are things people do with pain that you do with ease. So you need to be able to identify that. You when this thing came out, were like within 30 days. So I really want us to get practical because of our time. I really want us to get practical. So if someone give you 30 days to create an income stream, like what is the first thing they must do? Like if somebody just come to you now, like, okay, this is what I know. I want you to like basically go to our DMs or connect with her if you would not. And even if you just one or two, three person, just come. Let's hear what you've got. Like what I would love this thing that come out of this fired up is that at the end of the day, we're able to say like, okay, this first thing, this is the person we're able to help. Let's understand. Like imagine somebody now comes to your DM now and be like, you didn't do 30 days. What is the first thing they must do? Let's get into it. Like, what do we do?
Thank you. So one thing, but it has two names. But I'm going to share it so that in this very simple, very, very simple form. It's called rule of three. The rule of three. You must follow this rule of three for you to, as a foundation, to start to build your wealth. Because at the end of the day, why are you having multiple stream of income? Is it not so that you can live life on your own terms? Is it not so that you can have financial freedom? Is it not so that you can build the wealth you are creating and you are living the life funded by the wealth you are creating, right? So, in a simple style, something called rule of three. But in my book, I call it the fired upstream map. The fired upstream map. And what does this do? Gives you three things. One, active stream, which is what you're already doing, your 9 to 5, or if you're an entrepreneur, your what you do every day. That's your active stream. This is what is paying the bills, right? You want to identify that. Then one passive stream. If you don't have it, you have to establish it. And we've already talked about how you can, identify your skill, package it as an offer, begin to provide it as a solution, right? One active stream, one passive stream, and sometimes I call it, and the reason why in my book I call it semi-active streams, because they are digital assets. We're in the digital age, right? What is going to be that asset that is going to be scalable, that you're going to work on it once and you can earn repeatedly, right? Like ebook that he talks about. It only took him maybe days to sit down and to package that ebook. He put it on Amazon. Before you know it, you did it once. You are earning repeatedly on it. Do you see? So I call it semi-active, or we can still put as part of passive, right? So, and then there is the second stream that I call the passive, which is the asset-backed stream. And this help you with stability. Remember the active. What does active stream help you with? Immediate cash flow. Helps you pay your bills, right? And we can add a little bit of a digital asset that can help you, right? It's semi-active. That is one. The second one is asset-backed stream, which is passive income that helps you with stability. Is a long-term thing, is a recurring income. You do not have to be there. You can be sleeping and money will be coming in. You want to establish that if you do not have. You see what I mean? So in 30 days, in 30 days, you can have a blueprint of this is what I want to do for the next 3 years, for the next 1 year, right? Establish those assets. And then the third, I call it the rule of three: active, passive, and then the third one is compounding streams. Compounding streams. This gives you momentum, right? It gives you momentum. You want to identify it. This is the wealth that multiplies itself, right? You are already working. You're already getting that money. You are paying your expenses or paying your expense. You have savings that you are investing that is now giving you passive income. And that passive income is not just there, because remember inflation, right? Inflation and everything comes and hits up all the interest if you do not compound it. And this is what gives you momentum. So that is what I would say in a very short, and you can get the book. The book will help you dive deeper into what are the things that you can package that you can, as you're packaging your brilliance, what aspect of your thinking in terms of what you do, being a tutor, renting some of your stuff that you have, your camera and all of those things, renting it out, helping people, right? Being a consultant, a coach, whatsoever it is that somebody that you think is going to be a skill for you, we want to bring it out and then begin to let it create cash for you. So, in one single summary, I will say you must follow the rule of three. Your active stream, identify it, which you already know, you're already doing it already. Your passive stream, you want to establish it and begin to grow it. And then the compounding streams, and this is what gives you momentum. All right. And I hope this is helpful. Get more info, more how to, hands-on, practical, step by step of how to get into it in my book, Get Fired Up. And of course, the companion book, the action workbook for the Fired Up. All right. So, Mr. Toby, from a brand strategist point of view, what should someone do in the first 7 days to position themselves as someone people wants to pay? People wants to pay you. People wants to work with you. What should someone do? And let it be very short because yeah, we have so many things.
Okay, very, very quickly. There's something that I call the ABC framework. The A start from it starts with for authority content. The B stands for boost content, and the C stands for community content. Right? One thing you need to understand, I may not be able to say the whole three, but if you want to get the whole, I may try to put in the comments here. But let me just touch quickly on that authority. You see, people don't buy from those who speak the loudest. I see so many things, so many people do here on LinkedIn. I just see them, they just everybody, they post every day, they comment every day, do this every day. Just be like, people don't even understand what you're saying. I just keep quiet, I just pass. And some I could correct, I will just correct them. I just go ahead, and continue. So you need to understand that you people don't buy from you because you are shouting or because you are making noise. They buy from you because you speak with clarity and conviction. So authority content is how you earn that trust. It's not about showing off what you know. It's about translating complexity, something that is very complex, into clarity, so your audience sees you as the one who understand them better than anyone else. You see, I'm one of the person that I'm not a portfolio person or CV person, but whenever my client comes to me, you may not have any other choice than work with me because I know that I'm not for everybody. I am from a specific set of people, and once you have that problem that I have the solution to, no how you are definitely going to know that I have the solution to the problem that you currently facing. So in one word, you must be able to simplify system that actually make your sales very, very predictable, not accidental, by making sure that they understand you. So authority content turns your expertise into evidence proof that your voice deserves attention, right? So everything that you need to understand, that you must be able to position yourself very well. I made mention of the boost content. That is there. Even brilliance needs visibility. This is one thing that help you to be visible to people. That's about it says that this kind of content you put out there, it makes you to tell them, come closer, there's more here than you think. When they read one from your content, they'll be like, oh, I want to hear more from this person, or they put a clarity call. And when we're talking about the community content, the heart of every thriving brand is humanity. Many people forget this. Many people forget all of this. And you need to understand that you cannot do without human, and you must be able to connect with them. I'm a copywriter by profession for the past 3 years now, and I understand one thing, that people buy with emotions and they justify with logic, and you must be able to connect that emotional part. So that is the that framework that you need to use, and that's just the simple three strategy for you to be able to position yourself. I can decide to share more. If you reach out to me, I would definitely, to be lovely to share more with you. So that is just the thing, just so that we won't waste much of our time. We take so much of our time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So
So
thank you so much for joining, everyone. I put a question in the chat, and I want us to answer this honestly, right? Tell us which of these you are struggling with today, with your business, with your work, with your profession. What are you doing right now? What is it that is a challenge, or that is a gap that you would like to fill? Is it visibility? Is it packaging? Is it pricing? Is it confidence? What is holding you back from being visible? What is holding you back from people paying you? What is holding you back? What is that gap that you would like to fill? And I know these are the things that we've talked about today. We've talked about it's not lack of skills, right? It's not the potential. What do you think? Is it visibility? Is it packaging? Is it pricing and confidence? So please, I want us to put your answer in the chat. And thank you so much for people that are joining us. More people are joining, so thank you. All right, so over to you,
yeah.
Mr. Kobe.
Yes, thank you so much for all the one that are joining us. And the best thing you could be able to do to support this live stream is kindly click on the share button. Please repost this to your audience. We already have, we have numbers of people in the room already. But the best thing you could be able to do is, basically share this with your audience by clicking on the repost, or at least take up the link and share it with one person that you really care about. I feel like if you care about somebody, you share something that is beneficial with them. So that's one of the things you could be able to do. So, without wasting so much of our time, you see, many professional things, multiple streams of income means, doing too many things.
Mm,
So, how do you simplify it for them? How do we understand, like, what's the difference between income diversification and income distraction? I've heard so much of this from you, even from that book. I've had so much of it. So what do we be like? What the difference between that income diversification and income distraction? Because many people can be distracted, and we do even know what many people are doing. To be very honest, we don't know what they are doing. So what do we talk about in this kind of a point of view?
thank you. That is a great question. This is really good. And a lot of us that we are multi talented, I would say, we get distracted. In fact, this happened to me a lot. It has happened to me. Like, I'm speaking from experience right now, because there is something called shining objects. Oh, let's do this. Oh, come and do this. Oh, use this too. Oh, so many things will be coming. And as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you want to solve your problem. You want anything that is going to be able to help you cut in time, cut the process, whatsoever that is going to help you so that you can maximize and earn more. That is what you want, right? So some of these things comes, and because you are professionals, you don't have time. You're already busy. Some of us, we are parents, right? We have kids, and we have so many things. But when we talk about income diversification, you don't need to have 10 streams of income. Maybe that might come later, right? But you need very streamlined one that can help you, that's not going to create overwhelm and burnout. Income diversification is being intentional. Being intentional. You have to be intentional about what you are spending your time, how much you're putting into it in terms of your money, your resources, your time, your effort, your energy. You have to be intentional. Know what is the return on investment, right? And then the income distraction is just emotional, right? We are being emotional about it. In being emotional about it, just think about it. Whatsoever that aligns with your strength, that aligns with your lifestyle, aligns with your long-term goal, that is coming in, that you know that you can grow, is what we call diversification. Look at it. What exactly aligns with my lifestyle, with my value? And then you put in your effort. You put the skin in the game for it, right? But distraction happens when you chase everything that is trending. You end up building nothing. You end up building nothing. Distraction, for those that are just joining us, we're talking about income diversification and income distraction. Income diversification and income distraction. Income distraction is emotional. These are distraction that happens when we chase so many things, everything that is trending, new tools here, new business here. Oh, they said this one is making money. Oh, they said this one. No. And we end up, building nothing. But whatsoever that you're doing that aligns with your value, with your skill, with your lifestyle, with your goals, this gives you clarity. When you want to diversify, have clarity, have the system, how sustainable it is, right? Look at the long-term goal and you'll be able to quickly separate. Oh, is it just that I've been emotional about this idea, or is going to help me create another stream of income? Whatsoever it is, take this out of this conversation today, that distractions leads you to burnout. It leads you to overwhelm, right? It leads you to inconsistency. But remember the rule of three that we talked about the other time. For people that are just joining, talk about the active stream, which is the one that help you pay your bills, the one that is paying your bills. The passive, which is the one that is creating stability for you, right? And then the compounding stream, which is the one that is helping you with momentum, right? Helping you compounding so that you can quickly reach your financial goals. The rule of three, I also go deep in my book, so which I want you to, lay your hands on it. This will help you to eliminate distraction and create structure. And I know Mr. Toby has talked about structure and all of this, packaging your brilliance, and it will help you to sustain your income growth. So this is it. But let me quickly, ask you this question, Mr. Toby. And I know our time is, fast spent, so we will get into it shortly. In fact, I want us to just talk about and transitioning into talk about the book launch, because in like 2 weeks, we're going to be launching this book that has been in the oven for a while, right? Which I will allow you to talk, shortly. We are going to get into it. But before we get into it, let me ask you this question. When you wake up and you think about the moment that income stream is not enough for you, when was that? That moment that you just decide to say, you know what, I really want to diversify. What even prompted you? Quickly, I want you to share that, and then we'll go into the book.
Let me just quickly say, like, the only thing that prompted me is love. I have younger siblings and I care about them. Sometimes they reach out to be like, oh, how can you be of help? I just be like, okay, even if I see 1 million right now, I don't know where the next money is coming. Like, I'm only focusing on the one that is coming. Do you understand? But the joy of it, just like last week, the joy of it waking up and waking up to a credit alert that you don't even understand, like you don't even know that it's going to come. Do you understand? Even if it's $10, even if it's $50, even if it's not up to 1,000, and but you don't have to do anything for it. I derive joy from it, and I derive joy from helping people. I derive joy from having more than what I need. That's my wake up call. No long cab, no too much talking. That is just my wake up call. And I feel like that should be enough for anyone who really wants to, make more and do more with what, they are basically doing. Yeah, that is it. So, okay, you want to go ahead?
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. That was a good one. Go ahead.
Um, you see, what I think was your yesterday post, and it made me to know that you have a very, or yesterday or 2 days ago, you have such a very, powerful story, very powerful story, and how you're able to help those people. The person that, I remember, the person that was able to, pay up her debts and be able to have more and things like that. So let me say, like, what was that moment when you realized that you needed, sorry, yes, what was that moment that you think that you needed multiple sources of income to live the life you dream of. You were working in what is it called? Amazon, no, sorry, Microsoft before. And I know that no matter amount of money that is coming, that if you do not go and sign up and be like you come to work today and everything, the money must come from all of those. But leave it. Seeing all those beautiful testimony, retiring at 40, doing this, and being able to enjoy yourself and all of those stuff, because you are really glowing. I'm not going to lie. So, what would you say? Like, what happened? When did you realize that one stream of income? Because one thing, my own story may actually be different, and that's the one thing I know about life. So, what could you tell us in that regard?
I will tell you that there are so many moments, but the day that you just say, enough is enough, is not that same day that you made that decision. You have been making that decision as day goes by, from every experiences that happen, from every situation, from every, disappointment, from team's policy or company's policy, from, so many places here and there over the years. And then the moment I realized that one paycheck, even from this great company that I work with, which was Microsoft, could not fund my God-given purpose, was the day that I said, I look at the paper, I look at how much I'm paying in taxes, how much is going into, like, taxes is a beast, is another thing that we'll talk about, right? The dream, everything looks great on paper. I was living the dream on paper, but inside, I knew there was more. I knew there was more. My purpose was bigger than that salary. It was bigger than that salary. I decided to stop surviving and start designing my life. And it was the accumulation of different experiences along the way. When you earn the check, when you have the money, when you do all of those things, but down in your heart, there is no fulfillment. So, and I will tell you, it was a risk, because getting this check every 2 weeks gives me comfort. But even while I know that I was not living my full potential, I wasn't living to my fullest potential. So I took that risk. But creating Fired Up right now, Fired Up movement and all of the things, the collective, the book, and all of that was born from that decision that I really want to help more people. And what you said about love, when you see people that are struggling and you know that there is potential in them, this person can actually earn more. You can even do better. And when somebody share goals with you, like me, when somebody share goals with me, I want to, like, how can I help you achieve it? That's my goal. I really want to help people achieve their goal. And my goal is to show professionals that there is life beyond the paycheck. There is life. All the system that I'm talking about, the book, the fire stream map, the assessment, the collective, all of this is the reason why I even put them together in a book, because I wanted to help people. I wrote the book, The Fire Door, because professionals are drowning in information, but they are starving in system. I wanted to translate a complex financial principle into a simple tool, roadmap, actionable steps that they can take. I wanted immigrants like me, professionals, women like me, under earners, driven professionals, people who knows that they are meant for more. I wanted them to see, and this is the reason why I wrote the book, so that they can go and live their God-given purpose and live the life that God has given them. I want you to lay your hands upon this book, because it's the blueprint that I wish I had 10 years ago. This is not just a book. We are talking about the Fired Up movement. It's a financial awakening. It's a guide to design our life of freedom, of purpose. You want to live life on your own terms. You want to live life on your terms. And that is what the true financial freedom is. It's not that the economy or the society is setting any standard for you. It's how you desire to live that life. All right? And let me quickly get into how this book is going to help professionals. We're talking about diversifying your income, becoming a financially independent, right? Why is this book, why is it different from any other money book that we're talking about? This is not a theory. This is a lived experiences. There are so many people that have talked about FIRE, which is financial independent, retire early, or financial independent and early retirement, accelerated financial independence, right? It's a framework. When I got into corporate America, I began to think about, and I heard about the FIRE. I began to think about, how can I achieve this FIRE? How can I achieve this FIRE before I am 40? That was the goal, because I know some people are actually achieving it, right? And you will see how from the book. The book and all the things that we talk about, they are original to me. The rule of three, the stream map, and all of these things. The fired up accelerator system is even actually trademark, because this is what I talked about. I talked about the four pillars, right? And I can quickly get into it. The four pillars of the fired up accelerator system. Talk about the income diversification, money mastery, money mastery. Talk about the uh, security, protection, and then the designing your life by design, right? Designing your life by life and well design. Let me put it that way. Yes. So you get more of this one in the book, right? I wrote it because I want people, professional, to live their life by design, not what the society said for them. It speaks to you. If you're a professional, if you're an immigrant, if you're a woman, if you're juggling multiple things, right, and you still want to live a wealthy life, and even if you want to retire early, because I did, I want you to read this book. I want you to get into it, lay your hands upon it, and this is going to really help you. It's a framework. It's a roadmap, just like I said. It's not just another, a book here. So why is it different? It's because I, by God's grace, as a person of faith, I merge faith with strategy, and you put this in this financial system in such a way that would transform lives. It's not just theory, it's not audio. All right. So, and I think I've been able to touch on this, Mr. Toby. I know our time is fast spent. We have just about, maybe 2 minutes, for us to round this up. But I want to say, what's your final take or your final words for our listeners, for people that have joined us, for professionals that want to package their brilliance, that don't want to rely on single paycheck, that want to diversify their income, and they do not want to be distracted, and they don't want to be overwhelmed, they don't want to be stuck, in doing that. What will you say? What's your final word for them?
Anyways, this has been very, very wonderful, and such a great privilege to be sharing the stage with you. And if you can see me and you can hear me live and direct, I'll just have to let you understand one thing, that you have an idea doesn't mean that you should burn yourself out when it's come to carrying it out, right? I read books. Ah, I read books. Like, I am not just saying it because I want you to read books. Even this book she's talking about, I've read the book. I've gone through, though, even the book is not out yet. I've gone through it. I just feel like your struggle, your current struggle is behind the knowledge. Like, the solution to your current struggle is behind the knowledge that you will not get your hands on. You can put the clarity call with her. You can go to her profile. I've seen so much beautiful content she's sharing out there. Do you understand? And that's one of the things you could be able to do. And then speak out. Don't always be like, I've got to know, I've know everything. Share what is going on with you. Let people understand that this is the struggle. This is what I want. Tell us what you want. Reach out to her in the comment, in our chat. Tell her what you want. Let us know how we can help. You don't have to figure it out all alone. And because why you're struggling is because you've not actually bring somebody who's already going to that journey. And I know that you have a community that is collective. This community, it's one of the communities you'll be able to join that enable you. There is a newsletter that you can join, that you can read so many things from her and everything like that. That's the wake up call. First, understand that you want to change. If you don't know that you want to change, if you don't have the decision that you want to change, please, you must have that decision first. Make that decision that you must change. And once you're ready to change, you begin to see the things that will enable you, that will bring that transformation to you. And you don't have to figure it out alone. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't burn yourself out. Don't die. Let me just use that word.
In the process of executing your vision, don't kill yourself. You don't have to do it alone. I love that. Yes, actually, yes. Please don't die. Physical death. Don't die. Emotional death. Don't die. You want to carry out the vision and the calling of God upon your life with excellence, with help, with support, right? And with wisdom. Sometimes it's just wisdom that we need. And I talked about, people that have helped me along the way, getting coaching, right? So all of these things. So Mr. Toby Lover, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your brilliance as well with us. Please, for all the people that are watching this, that are on this live stream, and that we still watch this even after we go offline, please, I want you to follow Mr. Toby. I want you to, and I think somebody said he wanted your framework. So, you can DM him as you can share your LinkedIn profile as well in the chat.
Just go
And
to
then,
my profile. It's right on my profile. Just you'll be able to
yes,
get it. But I will check
yes,
the comment wherever that says that I'll be able to
good.
reach out.
Yes, even afterwards, please. So people that are seeing this even afterwards, follow him, reach out to him, DM him, and he's going to, provide the what's it called? The framework for you. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I wanted to remember this, that you are one stream away from your next level. You are one skill away, one idea away. You have that brave decision, right? But you have to be courageous. One brave decision away you are from the multiple streams that you desire. And remember, you don't need 10 streams. You don't need 10 streams. You don't need multiple things. Don't be distracted. You only need to diversify your income stream and start from one after another. You are one decision away from a financially independent life. You want to live your life by design. Fix the root. Fix the root, and the result will follow. You are not created to survive on just one income stream. No. Even God, when he created Adam, he put him in a garden. Remember the river. The Bible said the river broke into four heads, right? One to Avila, one that has gold. Why would God himself created man, put him in a garden with so much resources, right? So God actually wants you to have multiple income streams. So you have to survive to do that. So don't kill yourself. Don't do it alone. You are not created to survive. You are created to thrive, right? You are created to thrive. You are created to design a wealthy life, a purpose-driven life. So if you want this exact blueprint that we talk about it a lot, and you can go back to this stream and then listen to what we have talked about today. Get this book. I dive deep into this book and the accompanying book, which is the Fired Up Action, which will help you. It's hands-on. It will help you to create that blueprint for you to get into the accelerated financial independence. If you want accountability, join our community, Fired Up Collective. And I'm going to put it also, in the description. So you can click on it. You can join us. This is where professionals are meeting. And this is where we are thinking big. We are dreaming bigger. We are, doing big stuff. If you want to accelerate your journey, stay connected, because something big is coming after 2 weeks, which is the launch. I'll be talking about the Fired Up Accelerator program, Paycheck to Profit program, which is happening next year, which will be starting next year, and all of the good stuff that is coming in. So today I want to say thank you so much for joining. It's such a joy and a time, such a joy, to share this moment with you. I want to say thank you so much and God bless you. So see you, stay energized, stay fired up. Stay fired up. All right. Thank you, everyone. and bye. Thank you so much for all the people that joined. I want to give shout out to Dr. IBK. Thank you so much for our guest, Mr. Tobiloba. Thank you to me, Mr. Andy, Vivian, Feyintogowa, Oluwakemi. I see so many people here. Lara, I see Oladoyi, all of us that joined. I cannot, count, continue to mention her name, but I want to say thank you so much for sharing this afternoon with us. I pray that God is going to help you and lead you, guide you, and make his face to shine up, make his face to shine upon you, lead you and direct you, and give you peace all your life. Thank you so much, and God bless. Bye.